Ayaw mo ka, kay mag-start na ko. Thanks. Ayaw mo ka, kay mag-start na ko. Thanks. Na-record. Ayaw mo ka, kay mag-start na ko. Thanks. Na-record.
All right. Good afternoon, Tatanians. Welcome. All right. Good afternoon, Tatanians. To the first ever virtual orientation. All right. Good afternoon, Tatanians. To the first ever virtual on the opening of classes this school year. To the first ever virtual on the opening of classes this school year. On the opening of classes this school year. 2020-2021 amidst 2020-2021 amidst Gagas, the Public Information Officer 2021 amidst Gagas, the DOSCST and your moderator for this afternoon. Gagas, the DOSCST and your moderator for this afternoon. DOSCST and your moderator for this afternoon.
Almost precious Heavenly Father, we come to you. Almost precious Heavenly Father, we come to you. Almost precious Heavenly Father, we come to you. Today, praise and worship you, and give you thanks for all the things you have done. Today, praise and worship you, and give you thanks for all the things you have done. Christ, sige na lang, ito na lang. Dawa ito na kay naailan. Sige na lang, ito na lang. Dawa ito na kay naailan.
So siyang first na presenter. Siyang first na presenter ma'am, no? So siyang first na okay. So sige ma'am, pero na-inform naman ang mga applicant ma'am, no? Okay. Okay. Sige ma'am, pero na-inform naman ang mga applicant ma'am, no? Sige ma'am, salamat.
Dalam kita
Ma'am, maganda itagagin ulong. No, ibig sila mo.
dalam kita
Ma'am, maganda itagagin ulong. No, ibig sila mo.
Banwa naman tayo. Banwa naman tayo.
Muna ka. Sila. Ano yung isang sampo natin? Muna ka. Sila. Ano yung isang sampo natin?
Ah, gimute, nakamute siya. Ah, gimute,
All right. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all well and safe in the comforts of your. All right. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all well and safe in the comforts of your. All right. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all well and safe in the comforts of your first semester of school 2021 will be conducted, will push through despite the pandemic that we are experiencing. As they say, we are now entering the new higher education. So this new normal is both challenging and exciting. Higher education. So this new normal is both challenging and exciting for all of us. That is why we in DOSCST, we really thought of orienting everyone this afternoon about the opening of the classes. So, to give us the opening remarks and overview of what will happen today, let me present to you the Vice President for Academic Affairs of DOSCST, no less than Dr. Roslyn V. Rihinos. Academic Affairs of DOSCST, no less than Dr. Roslyn V. Rihinos.
To our honorable district representative, to our honorable district representative,
Nice sounds. very sorry. Okay, we are very sorry for the technical glitches, no? Ganito talaga tayo pag live. Medyo may mga technical challenges tayo. But rest assured that we are in control of the situation. So for now, let me call on once again our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Roslyn V. Brito, for her opening remarks and overview. Ma'am?
Thank you, Janelle. Okay, let's to our honorable district representative of the Double University, Congressman Joel Mayo Z. Almario, to our OIC President and President Emeritus, Dr. Edito B. Sumile, to the officials of the college, our vice presidents, directors, deans, program heads, faculty, staff, students, parents, and netizens, good afternoon to all of you. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to our new academic year under the new normal. We would like to reach out to all of you. That's why we are having this virtual orientation. We are live on Facebook now, and for those who are not online today, please tell your classmates and friends that they can replay this video at their most convenient time. In March this year, we were all taken aback by the sudden disruption of our daily routine that vanished in an instant due to the global COVID-19 pandemic. All parts of the country were in lockdown, resulting in the outright suspension of all non-essential operations. One of the massively impacted sectors of this pandemic was, and still is, the education community. The DOSCST, for one, announced its campus-wide shutdown as the well-being and safety of all members of the school community are of paramount priority to the administrators. Since then, creative measures were resorted to in order to keep classes going, even outside the four corners of the classroom, such as engaging with students through online platforms. However, after realization and in consideration of students who have no gadgets or have limited access to internet connection required for online learning, such was also suspended, although other alternative and reasonable learning and assessment methods were encouraged and continued so as not to compromise the quality education we have always endeavored to deliver. So, with those efforts, we were able to successfully finish the second semester of 2019-2020. While everyone stayed at home during the series of government-imposed quarantines, interim academic guidelines were crafted that aimed to respond to the current health situation. The student-friendly guidelines will be discussed to you later. To prepare for the new normal of education, the college capacitated the faculty by conducting hands-on trainings on the utilization of our new learning management system, or LMS, that will be employed effective this semester. Again, this LMS will be introduced later, and a manual of operation will be posted in our FB page for the students to become familiar with. Faculty are also attending webinars to capacitate them for remote learning to ensure that we provide a conducive venue where all students are guaranteed a successful learning experience. Despite the challenging circumstances the COVID-19 pandemic has brought upon us these last several months, we are in our best effort to continue our education. COVID-19 cannot stop us from learning. So, we are opening our classes for the first semester 2020-2021 starting today. However, it will not be the traditional mode of instruction delivery as the health crisis is yet far from over. For now, let us forget coming to school and meeting our friends, classmates, and teachers in person. Because for this semester, we will move towards flexible learning where a mix of online and offline methods of instruction will be delivered. This means that you can still continue studying whether you have a desktop computer, a laptop, or a smartphone, or even if you don't have, or whether you have internet connection or you don't have. Do not worry about flexible learning. It is not purely online learning, but it also utilizes modular learning. In fact, we have just purchased a new set of production machines for the printing of modules and other learning materials. These materials will be given to the students whenever and wherever possible. So I encourage both faculty and students alike to be resourceful and to strategize creative ways to reach and share these materials to students and classmates respectively. Amidst this year's disruption, DOSCST has a good number of intakes of both new and old students for this semester. This number is expected to increase because, for the information of everyone, we still accept late registration until this week. You can find the online and offline registration processes in our official FB page. But again, this will be discussed later in detail. Finally, let us not dwell on the negative effects of this pandemic. Instead, let us be thankful that this crisis has given us the opportunity to do some things that we do not usually do. Now, we've learned to bake or perfect our cooking skills. We do gardening. We discovered and enhanced our business skills, perhaps. We give more time to our family. Most importantly for us in the academe, this pandemic has driven us to reform education towards Education 4.0, which we've been striving to put into practice even before the pandemic compelled us to. Our deep focus remains on you, our students, and the quality of experience you will have at DOSCST under the new normal. So, I speak for the entire DOSCST community in saying, we are so happy you have made the decision to join us as we continue to work together and move towards a better tomorrow. As the CHED tagline goes, together we learn as one. Thank you and always keep safe, everyone.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Regino, for your warming and very welcoming message to all our students in DOSCST. Indeed, this is a very challenging school year for all of us, but as long as we remain to be very motivated in our learning experience, I am sure and we are sure in DOSCST that we will get through this together. Okay, can you please show your reactions to the message of Dr. Regino a while ago? Can I see your thumbs up? So all those who are in the Zoom platform, so that I can gauge if you are if you are still here or not. Okay, so just a short reminder to all of our participants in the Zoom platform to please keep your system muted all the time so that we can prevent echoes. Now, so kindly be mindful of your microphones all the time. Okay? Just a brief overview of what will be happening this afternoon. Of course, we have invited here various officials of DOSCST to give us talks about admissions, policies, and requirements. We will also be oriented on school calendar and the enrollment protocol for first semester AY 2020-2021. As I have said, this is very challenging because we have just implemented the online enrollment system. And then there are a lot of students who keep on asking questions on our FB page on how are we going to enroll, or how are they going to enroll. So maybe this is the time for reconciliation, so that you can learn firsthand from our officials what to do. And then we will also be oriented on the management of classes, submission of requirements, assessment of learning and grading system, as well as our maximum residency rule, or MRR, prerequisite courses, scholastic delinquency. Then we will be also oriented about the release of TOR and diploma, validation and substitution of subjects, as well as change in matriculation, adding of subjects, official dropping of subjects, leave of absence, and the most awaited part, we will also be oriented on the learning management system. So just a while ago, there is a student who asked me, what will they do with the LMS? So later today, you will be oriented. Do not worry, for you will be oriented on the LMS. As well as our Director for Student Services is also around to talk to us about the units and its operations under the Directorate for Student Services. Okay? Please let me also share with you the virtual orientation etiquette that we will be following throughout this afternoon, so that you will be guided. So these are the items. Number one, please refrain from commenting any negative and derogatory remarks against the school or any person. So our administrators on Facebook Live will detect whoever has negative and derogatory remarks, and automatically you will be removed from watching our Facebook Live. No? So this is to maintain peaceful atmosphere in our virtual orientation. Second, you are also tasked to ask questions nicely and constructively by providing the details asked below. So in asking questions later, if you have questions in the presentations of our officials, please state your name, number one. And then number two, please also state the name of the addressee. So if, for example, you would like to address your question to the Vice President for Academic Affairs, so please write Dr. Regino. And then third, please briefly state your question or concern. So if possible, provide us with some details about your question or concern so that we can address them properly. There is a moderator in charge of screening the questions to be asked during the virtual orientation. If your questions are not addressed during the VO, you may email the Public Information Office at, so this is our official email address of the PIO. So if you have questions that will not be addressed properly, kindly send them to this email so that I can automatically respond to your queries. Third, please be reminded to not take and upload photos and screenshots of any segments of the VO. This is a brief reminder to all of us, kay basig mahimo ng memes ang mga nawong sa atong mga officials, no? A recorded file of the virtual orientation will be uploaded on the Facebook page of DOSCST in case you need to watch the video all over again. So please refrain from taking screenshots and of course, uploading the same on social media like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Fourth, you are also reminded to please refrain from disclosing your personal information, such as your address, contact details on the comment box. So the reason why we have provided you email address to which you can send your queries is that if ever you will be providing personal information, the personal information will be shared between me and you alone, and it will not be disclosed to the public. And fifth, please watch the full duration of the virtual orientation as much as possible. Okay? There is a comment here. Unta daw na ay magbisaya. Is this coming from one of the comments on Facebook? Bisag nagkalisod ta, ma'am and sir, we will try to as much as possible speak in English because this is an academic institution. So never mind the pronunciation and the grammar, so long as we can express in English. Okay? But we will try to be as conversational as possible so that you can understand, even if we're speaking in English. Okay, so next we shall hear the message of the founder and the author of Republic Act number 11033, establishing Davao Oriental State University in the province of Davao Oriental, at the same time converting DOSCST to DORSU. So today we are very lucky because our very own founder provided us with some of his time to give us a heartfelt message. So let us hear the message of our good Congressman, Joel Mayo Z. Almario.
Oriental State University through a bill that I filed in Congress. Congratulations to all of you, mga estudyante
Okay na.
orientation
Okay na.
sa school year 2020 to 2021 under the new normal. So in the first place, let me introduce to you our school.
Okay na, gibalik na.
The State Davao Oriental State College of Science and Technology. But it started long ago with Mati Community College. So ang inyong mga Pilikanan, ang inyong mga loyal dolo, dami naka-eskwela sa Mati Community College o MCC na nitupot ni Telma Almario when she was mayor of Mati. This was in 1972. From MCC, hihimo po ni Telma Almario ang Republic Act 6807 creating the Davao Oriental State College of Science and Technology in 1989. No? So siguro ang mga magulang o ang mga parents nag-eskwela pa din sa Ingon ng Cafe. Now, not too long ago, ang pinagkatiwang State College, ipag-convert nato into Davao Oriental State Universities through a bill that I filed in Congress, which became Republic Act 11033. Naano yung mga requirements, and isa na ang requirements na sulang bago maka-operate as a university sa Davao. So now that you are enrolled for the school year, I find it closer to the realization on your part of the Mayo Education para sa Mayo Kaumao. Daghan kayo mga estudyante na sila karon na binagay mga itong scholarship programs nag-yun na punta aron mo ninyo ang pag-eskwela whatever year that you are in now. Not long from now, you will graduate and you will look back during these years na nakatabang sa inyong institution. And it is now true the government has done its part. Nindot ang mga eskwelahan na ito ang scholarship for all, na ito ang network na government project ng inuan, alat-alat sa inuan, ang nabiligan ng yun, ang inuang counterpart, sarili ninyo pagpanigamo para makakot ninyo ang mayong relasyon para sa inyong mayong pagmahal. I hope you will not fail your parents and yourselves. Lord, hindi ang pangalan ko sa makagpinikanan. I hope that you will make good use of your stay in the college to be future graduates of this institution para mahimutan responsible citizens of the city of Mali and of the province of the Valley. So let me congratulate all of you, as well as our OIC President, Dr. Sumile, and the person in charge, the organization, Dr. Inday Valles, na Kusod Megala, and yani, pasalamat ko sa atong labaw ng kayagahon kay nagya ko ispilahan, nagya ko mutanan, isang pag-unay pandemic, and please observe the protocols established by the DOH, by the schools, by the LGU, and keep safe everyone. Kaya salamat ang may anlaw sa inyo na.
Well,
All right. Thank you very much to our dear Honorable Congressman Joel Mayo Z. Almario for his best wishes to our students, especially this time of pandemic, this school year 2020-2021. So we just heard his message to all of us. No? I hope that we learned something from his message, and we will keep his message in our respective minds and use them as we go along with the academic year. Now, without much ado, we would like to begin with the orientation by the academic division. To start with, may I present to you the admissions head of DOSCST to talk to us about admissions requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, let us help welcome Ms. Vanessa E. Asayas.
Hello, good afternoon, Tatanians, and to all our viewers. Allow me to present to you the admissions requirements for this semester of the academic year 2020-2021. Diretso na ni siya, Sir Erwin. Okay, here it is. The admission requirements for all our incoming first-year students are as follows. First and foremost, our SCST examination result, our Form 138A with the original signature of the principal, or our high school report card. You must also submit your certificate of good moral character, your NSO or PSA authenticated birth certificate, a certified photocopy of marriage contract for all married women enrollees only, and the NSO or PSA authenticated birth certificate of your husband. You must also submit 5 pieces recent 2x2 ID picture, 1 short brown envelope, 1 long brown envelope, and 1 window envelope with mailing stamp. For our transferee returnees, here are the admission requirements. Una, you must submit an informative copy of your transcript of records or your TOR, a certificate of transfer credentials or your honorable dismissal from your previous institution, your certificate of good moral character, your NSO or PSA authenticated birth certificate, 5 pieces recent 2x2 ID picture, 1 short brown envelope, 1 long brown envelope, and 1 window envelope with mailing stamp. For our returnees or those who are previously enrolled in DOSCST but had stopped for at least 1 semester, here are the admission requirements. First, your duly accomplished clearance, report of grades from last semester attended, and 1 window envelope with mailing stamp. Our regular registration already ended last week, but we will still cater to our late enrollees within this week. So our last registration shall be on August 21. Sir Jonel.
Okay, that was our very beautiful admission set, Miss Vanessa E. Asayas, no? So I hope we have all taken notes of the requirements for admission. And then the last, kailan nga yung last date of admission, Ma'am Van?
The last day for late registration will be on August 21.
August 21. So
August
that
21.
means that do they still have time to... Okay, so you still have time for those who were not able to admit themselves yet in our institutions. You still have time until August 21 as instructed by our admissions head. And then for more information on the requirements, kindly visit our official Facebook page at DOrSU Official, as well as the official Facebook page of our DOSCST Admissions Office. So just search DOSCST Admissions Office for the complete list of requirements. Okay, thank you very much once again, Miss Vanessa Asayas. And now, to talk to us about the school calendar for the academic year 2020 to 2021, as well as the enrollment protocol for first semester of the academic year 2020 to 2021, let us all welcome the Dean of the Institute of Business and Public Affairs, Dr. John Bagcal. Dr. John?
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I will proceed with my presentation, allow me to extend my warm welcome to all these freshmen, sophomores, juniors, pre-seniors, and senior enrollees of this academic year 2020-2021 of DOSCST. This afternoon, I am tasked to present to you the academic calendar for 2021, 2020, 2021, as well as the enrollment protocol. The first semester of this academic year 2020-2021 will run from August 3 up to December 18. And these are the series of activities that we will be performing or have been performed already. First, we have administered DOSCST, the pre-registration of incoming freshmen, and the enlistment of incoming freshmen by the GCTC and the admission office. Currently, we are now on our regular registration period. This is still on process, but the last day of the registration period for undergraduate will be August 17, but just recently, the admissions office is extending it until August 21 for the undergraduate programs. But for the graduate programs, we have the deadline will be on August 21, 2020. The start of classes for the undergraduate programs will be today, August 17, and for the graduate programs on August 22. For the change of matriculation, it will run for a week from today until Friday, August 21 for the undergraduate programs. That is intended for those who will add and drop subjects. For the validation of advanced credit, it will go from within the semester, meaning for this, for those who are transferees from other schools and universities and who intends to have their subjects taken with the previous school to DOSCST, you can have it credited within the semester. Then today is our Convocation program, August 17. And next, we will be having series of institute orientation and external campus orientation. For the students must take note of this schedule because some of your queries will be redirected with this institute and extension campus orientation. For IBPA, or the Institute of Business and Public Affairs, our institute orientation will be on August 19 at 1 to 3 p.m. For the Institute of Agriculture and Life Sciences, it will still be on August 19 at 10 to 12 a.m. For the San Isidro Extension Campus, their orientation will be still on August 19 at 9 to 11 a.m. And for the Banaybana Extension Campus on August 19, 10 to 12 a.m. For the San Isidro, Katiel Extension Campus, that will be on Tuesday, August 18, 2 to 4 p.m. For the Institute of Education and Teacher Training, and for the Institute of Computing and Engineering, you please refer to your individual institute for your orientation schedules. To continue with, the preliminary examination will be a 2-day from September 10 to 11. And then next will be followed by deadline of filing of the leave of absence. This is for those who do not want to enroll this semester for any valid reason they reserve. That will be on October 16, together with the deadline of the validation of the ID card. Our midterm examination will be a 2-day from October 22 to 23, followed by our final examination, which is a week-long examination from December 14 to 18. It follows that our last day of classes will be December 18, and the Christmas break will be from December 19 to January 3. All students must take note of those schedules for your institute and extension campus orientation, because some of your queries will be redirected, say for example, conduct of classes and other pertinent matters. Next will be the Enrollment Protocol. Enrollment Protocol is anchored on issued by the President, number 39, series of 2020, specifically the Interim Academic Policy Guide in times of COVID-19 quarantine. There are two salient sections of the memorandum which is related to enrollment. That will be sections 5.12 and 5.13. 5.12 states that all incoming freshmen are required to pass DOSCST and qualifies with the program's admission requirement, or PAR, prior to pre-registration or enrollment in any degree program. However, transferees from CHED recognized and TESDA supervised post-secondary institutions are exempted from SCAS, but not with the program admission requirement. Section 5.13 also states that online registration system shall be developed for use this first semester of AY 2020-2021. And the enrollment process will be hybrid. That will be a mix of face-to-face and online registration. Provided, however, that for face-to-face, social distancing and other health security measures are strictly observed. The wearing of face masks, face shield, and other security measures. Now, this is the pre-enrollment and the enrollment process. It starts with the pre-registration of incoming freshmen and transferees, so we call them IFTs, administered by the admissions office. And they are collecting the enrollment requirements submitted by students in the main campus and in some locations strategically within Davao Oriental. Then it follows with the filling up of the guidance form at the GCTC, and finally, their picture taking at the Office of Student Affairs. That ends up the face-to-face interaction of the students to the offices of the college. The next, after pre-registration of the IFTs, they will be provided with login to the portal, isip.sc.dorso.rde.com. Their ID number and their birth date will be the username and their password respectively. Upon entry of the IFTs to the student portals, they will provide 3 course preference, and of course, they will confirm their enrollment. The student returnees, however, will be redirected to visit their advisor for consultation, and after that, they will enter the portal and confirm also their enrollment. The existing or old students, after deciding to enroll this first semester, will also enter the portal and confirm their enrollments. That ends the interaction of the students to the system. And the system, after internal enrollments of the students, will be notified of their official enrollment through the portal. Before I end up in closing, allow me to impart this. The expert in anything was once a beginner. Once again, let me have my warmest welcome to all the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, pre-seniors, and seniors to first semester of academic year 2020-2021. Good afternoon.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. John Bagcal. Dr. John Bagcal is, by the way, the Dean of the Institute of Business and Public Affairs. So, Dr. Bagcal just introduced to us the school calendar for academic year 2020-2021, as well as the enrollment protocol for first semester academic year 2020-2021. So if you have heard the presentation of Dr. Bagcal, the official start of the opening of classes is today, August 17, 2020. So you expect that some of your professors, your teachers, will start reaching out, communicating with you today and in the days to come. Okay, because the teachers, the faculty members are actually tasked to reach out to you so that you can enter the learning management system of DOSCST. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for your questions and comments, please keep them running. I have, as a reminder, please write your complete name and then the name of your addressee, as well as your question and or concern. That's 3 items. So you write them on our comment box and our team will be taking note of your questions, which we will be answering later during the question and answer portion. So we will not entertain questions at the end of the presentation of our officials. Instead, we will be entertaining them and responding to them during the question and answer portion. Also, there are some who are commenting that their mobile data are very low. We are very sorry to hear about that, but we cannot do anything about it right now. So don't worry because this is also recorded. So if ever you will not finish the presentation, just feel free to go back anytime with your mobile data when your mobile data warrants. Okay, once again, thank you very much, Dr. Jan Bagkal. Third on the line, we have the orientation on the management of classes and the submission of requirements as well as the assessment of learning and grading system. So you should listen. Kaya basig natin matingala ta nganong work in progress or WIP at mga grado at the end of the semester. So this is it. This is very important. Let's hear from the Dean of the Institute of Education and Teacher Training. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Saturnino E. Dalagan Jr.
Hello, I am Dr. Saturnino E. Dalacan Jr., Institute Dean of the Institute of Education and Teacher Training. This afternoon, I will be orienting you on these three aspects, namely, management of classes, submission of requirements, and assessment of learning and grading systems. Now, let us tackle first about management of classes for the first semester academic year 2020-2021. In here, you will be reached by your faculty by means of FB account, group messenger, phone call, text messaging, or any other social media networks. Then, you will be given a class key, will be instructed and guided to enroll or enter in the DOSCST LMS platform known as Moodle. Once entered in the platform, then you are now in the class. Next, flexible or blended learning approach is the approach to be used for this semester in managing classes, meaning combination of a very limited face-to-face, online, and modular approach. A faculty may categorize students to determine the appropriate instructional delivery mode under flexible and blended learning approach. We can have a very limited face-to-face mode with 5 to 10 students at a time. We can also have an asynchronous online learning mode or synchronous mode or a combination of these. Moodle, as as the college LMS can be used for this. Synchronous occurs when a faculty conducted classes online with all of the students of that class attended online in the same time. Asynchronous will happen if a faculty conducted classes with some students of the class are not attending. Faculty may record his class so that others can watch this after. Of course, this must be posted in the platform. Modular approach is another instructional delivery wherein the faculty will be distributing a module for the entire prelim, then midterm, then the final. This module contains activities, analysis, abstraction, and application in which students will accomplish all of these tasks. Do not worry because the faculty members are trained and capacitated to implement the Moodle as the college LMS platform for students to be also guided. It is also assured that faculty members will exercise equal access to learning materials provided in any modes. Next is how and where to submit the report. Students have options when they submit their requirements. It can be online using email, messenger, but preferably using the college LMS platform, which is the Moodle. Students also can submit via courier or can submit in person. If you submitted your requirements personally, just submit to the designated drop-off point of the college. Then place them inside an envelope and do not forget to write your name of faculty, and the subject. After submitting, inform also your faculty that you submitted your requirements already. Once your requirements are in the drop-off point of the college, particularly Gate 3, a receiver from the institute will collect the requirements. Then, the dean or the program heads shall distribute to the concerned. Lastly, the assessment of learning and grading system. At this point, a final numerical grade shall be given to students who satisfactorily pass the subject. If students did not obtain a passing grade, a WIP or work in progress is given, meaning the student was not able to satisfactorily comply the requirements of the subject. You have 1 year to comply, and WIP will be replaced with a numerical grade after. Now, in the event that the students are not able to comply the requirements in 1 year, WIP will be replaced with AW or authorized withdrawal. Then, the student will re-enroll the subject. At this pandemic time, no 5.0, 4.0, INC shall be given to students. Still, there will be no drop mark will be given unless the students have officially withdrawn from the subject before the suspension of classes. This is true for the last second semester school year 2019-2020. But as of this first semester school year 2020-2021, it is clear that there will be no drop mark to be given to students. This is just an announcement that INC grades due for completion last second semester academic year 2019-2020 shall be given a 1 year extension, meaning it can simply comply up to the end of 2020-2021. For those who do not know about assignment of grade, like in the DOSCST, this is the scheme of having a grade. For example, after a faculty computed the grade, and the student's final grade is 90, so his grade is 1.75. The same thing, a WIP is given if the student did not satisfactorily pass the subject, and no 4.0, 5.0, INC, and drop as of this pandemic time. Just hold on to this inspiring quote that fits in our situation today. It might be stormy now, but rain doesn't last forever. Faith always. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Saturnino E. Dalagan, for comprehensively explaining to us the management of classes, submission of requirements, and assessment of learning and grading system. So just to highlight a few of Dr. Saturn's discussion a while ago, please be informed that during this pandemic, we have introduced a new grading system. So this pandemic, students may get a WIP remark. So the WIP means work in progress. Uh, More on the WIP remark will be explained by your respective professors once you start your classes. Okay, so now, without much ado, I'd like to introduce to you the Dean of the Institute of Computing and Engineering, who will discuss to us about the Maximum Residency Rule, or MRR, about prerequisite courses, and of course, scholastic delinquencies. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Engineer Jean Ibalge.
Okay. Maayong hapon, good afternoon, madayaw na hapon. Okay. Maayong hapon, good afternoon, at madayaw na dong sa atong tanan. I will be talking about the maximum residency rule of the college. The tenure of the students in the state college for the conferment the tenure of the students in the state college for the conferment of a degree has a limitation, meaning the maximum